Hey everyone, welcome to Porn Takes Podcast. I'm Charlie Van.
And I am Rayya. It is Monday night. We are at Underdog Restaurant and Sports Club. Woohoo!
Here we go.
So, tonight, Monday night, we've got pool, we've got poker, we've got Monday Night Football, Bucks and Chiefs. Should be a really, really fun night. But before we get into anything, we are giving away a signed Dirk Nowitzki jersey. That is right. If you follow us on Instagram or any of our social platforms, that is 1 entry. If you share us on your story, that is 3 entries. And bonus, if you leave a review on YouTube, Spotify, or Apple Podcasts, that is 5 entries. And it is a beautiful autographed Dirk jersey.
Very beautiful. We want to see it shining on somebody here soon. So please definitely enter. It is awesome. You won't regret it.
And we will be drawing the winner on December 17th, and that is the same day as the NBA Emirates Cup final.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
We're excited. I'm excited to see who wins that.
Yeah, I'm excited that someone's going to have an autographed Dirk jersey, and I might steal it before then, so who knows?
Rayya, are you going to create some fake accounts? And like?
Oh, a burner?
Yeah, burner accounts.
I learned about burners from Kevin Durant, so yeah, I would. I totally would.
There you go.
But let's get into this. We have a guest with us. Hello, handsome Luke over there.
Hey, how you guys doing tonight?
Good. How are you?
I am great. I had a pretty depressing drive home from work. Daylight savings sucks, and it rained so much today. But, you know, we're good. Spirits are up.
Well, Luke, we got Luke Parent here, former D3 linebacker, Washington University there in St. Louis.
True and true. Absolutely.
And so you know about kind of a rain or two out there in the Midwest. How does that coming from St. Louis? Because you're brand spanking new here in the Lone Star State.
Did you really just call him brand spanking new?
Yes, he is brand. It's July. That's new.
That's it. Yeah, that's an
I
apt
just didn't
term.
like the phrase for you. I think it's like
A newbie?
no. I think it's gotta be cooler. I mean, he's got so much swag.
Visitor?
You're giving me way too much credit. Right
A relocator?
Yeah, sure. Yeah, in the last 4 months. So it's I guess
A new Texan.
Sure, a new Texan, brand new Texan.
Well, how is it being here in the Lone Star State, coming from St. Louis? And how does the barbecue compare? Because I know that's a debate.
Ooh.
Oh, yeah.
what a
Massive
question.
point of contention. Absolutely. So I have loved my time down here so far. No shade on St. Louis, but there's so much happening here. It's incredible. I'm having the best time ever. The big question, the barbecue, I got to give St. Louis the edge on, like, sauce. We make a ridiculous on sauces and rubs. But
Very saucy.
You guys are real nice on every preparation of meat down here. So, you know.
We like a good rub.
We'll call it out. We love a good rub. Yeah.
I joke, like, I am a total sauce queen. So, like, you want me to try, like, 17 sauces, line them up. I'm going to, like, I love that stuff.
Absolutely. And, my God, you couldn't have 2 better cities than St. Louis and Dallas. So, I've been living in barbecue heaven my entire life. So
What a
life
life.
is good.
Well, the only shade I will throw at St. Louis is that 2011 shade for Rangers, Cardinals. You know it. It still
Shout out
hurts.
David Freese. Shout out Game 6. Shout out Joe Buck. We will see you tomorrow night.
Oh.
And the rest is history.
Oh,
Greatest
Joe
baseball
Buck.
game of all time.
For you, it was.
Do you know how much, like, back to the thing I do when I experience sports trauma, I blocked that out. Like, I know we lost the World Series in 2011. I was fully involved. But, yeah, I just blocked out bad things because that's how I deal with my problems.
But there's always something there to remind you.
A St. Louisan.
Yep. Yep.
See, that's when you need
That's
your
why
flag.
you need we were just saying last week we did a Halloween. I was a rep, but really Tanner, our producer, should be the official of this because he always has to make sure we're not saying the off the wall stuff, which we are.
Oh.
Mainly her.
Mainly her.
But I'm funny. I'm hilarious. I'm the best in the world. See,
I
that
mean,
doesn't go away. I'm still the diva.
If there's
I just
a-
took the jersey off, and it's still me.
If there's an envelope on the table, you're pushing that damn thing off.
Yep. I like to see how much I can push you.
I'm
it
just
makes
cutting
it fun
cheese.
for me.
Valid.
That's gross. I'm sitting so close to you.
Yeah. Well,
I'm comfy over here. I'm on an island.
so Luke, we want to thank you for coming on here. I know not only you're a former D3 player, but you're also, huge sports fan all around.
Absolutely.
But I have a question for you because we have friends, and her fiance is has a variety of it's not just one team. I've always been
Not one city.
one city.
He's a mixed bag when
Mixed
it comes
bag.
to his fandom.
You're everything St. Louis but football. Who's your favorite
What?
football
I didn't
team?
know
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So born and raised St. Louis, so Blues fan, Cardinals fan, absolutely. I never won't be. But my grandpa on my mom's side is from Pittsburgh, so I was brainwashed at a very young age and have never not been a Steelers fan.
Well, I
so.
mean, the St. Louis Rams were a depressing time, but the LA Rams are fun to watch now.
Yeah, kind of a very encouraging win against the Seahawks this weekend.
Yeah.
That was my game of the week. I had so much fun watching that.
That was
game.
that fourth quarter was was ridiculous.
Absolutely.
That pick six, the other picks Geno Smith threw, the catch by DeMarcus Robinson. Are you kidding me? That was electric. That was insane.
You want to know a funny story about DeMarcus Robinson?
I would love to hear one.
So I play in a very deep 12-man dynasty league.
Oh, you guys are grinders.
Yeah, and we're in a 2-quarterback superflex.
Wow. All right.
And so my roster is really deep to the point where sometimes I don't even know who's on the bottom of it. And I've
Valid,
had
yeah.
DeMarcus Robinson on my roster for like 2 years.
What a
and
stash.
he is putting numbers up these last 2 games. And I haven't had the need to start him just quite yet. But like, I remember seeing him against Minnesota, and I
Yeah.
was like, I wonder who has him in fantasy. Oh wait, it's me.
Yeah, there you go. Sometimes you just need Puka Nacua to punch somebody in the face to give the next guy up a shot.
very
There was
true.
DeMarcus Robinson,
He was
Wow.
standing on business, I would say. Puka. I love
You
his
love
grit.
that phrase, standing on business.
Man, PJ Washington all day standing. Well, I don't know if he coined it. I don't know who coined standing on business.
It's what the kids were saying at that time, and it just caught fire. It's kind of like
That's
how
all that cool talk
I
from
was gonna
those
say
kids.
it's kind of how like when Jalen Brunson coined the phrase "the vibes are immaculate." It was a TikTok thing that
the
exploded.
vibes are immaculate. I mean, I
Sometimes
like
the
that broad
kids-
vocabulary.
The kids do things.
Sometimes
kids.
they make, they have a lot of ridiculous slang. I say they like I'm not a 22-year-old, but sometimes
Hey,
they
I wasn't
come
gonna
up
out
with
you. I was gonna let you just roll.
I'm a child. No, sometimes
He had to sign a waiver to be on.
Yeah, no, I needed a legal guardian to sign off. Yeah.
Give me your drinks. What are you doing?
Oh my God!
By the way-
the cameras aren't on this.
Here. What are we drinking?
So I am getting my normal Michelob Ultra. They have happy hour here at Underdog till 7 o'clock Monday through Friday. So I went with Old Faithful over here. What about you guys?
Well, I'm doing Miller Lite, and our
Ooh.
producer Tanner. I mean, it's the only great thing going for the Cowboys right now. So
Yeah, no, I tripled up on the Miller Lite there. It's a
Heck
good
yeah.
train to be on right
It's
now.
like I wasn't part of the club.
I
It's
know
fine.
it happens. You showed up
Cheers.
late.
I'm,
Here we go.
I'm the diva. I have to be different.
There you
Absolutely.
go. There
Cheers,
you go.
Tanner.
But isn't it all out of Missouri, right? No, Wisconsin.
Sorry. Oh.
Miller's out of Wisconsin.
Okay, never mind. Close enough. Anyways,
Yeah, I'm actually a trader right now to Anheuser Busch,
Yeah,
my
Anheuser-Busch,
local
I was
beer
gonna
company.
say.
Yeah, yikes! Yeah.
No Busch
Don't-
Light for you, huh?
Don't show this to anybody at home. My God, they won't let me back in the city.
it's okay. It's water.
Yeah. Hey,
Just-
you be careful.
It's all the same. Just some things are hoppier than others.
Well, Luke, like we mentioned, D3 athlete. Now being post-career,
Yeah.
you're watching these college games. There's been so many
Ooh, I
good
love that
ones.
we're starting with college football. He read my mind.
And how does it feel, especially from the defense side? Do you get super excited? I mean, is it flashbacks? Are you over analytical? Like, what? I always want to know through, because I have a lot of friends that are athletes, and I love picking their brain about it because it's got to be so surreal but different when you're
Yeah.
watching from the stands.
No, it's well, man, I gotta say, first of all, I miss it, man. My career ended for a myriad of reasons, but man, football is it's always been my favorite thing. So yeah, watching it now brings a big mix of emotions. I miss it. I want to lace up the pads and knock somebody's cleats off. But yeah, definitely, I've always been a very analytical guy, even before.
Would you be down for some touch football in the park?
How about tackle football? But yeah,
I mean,
I'd be down.
if I'm playing, I don't know if I want you tackling me.
Yeah,
I might have to sign a waiver.
it's your
Blue
concern.
Cross Blue Shield sponsors this parking lot.
Oh, goodness.
But yeah, I mean, I've always been a very analytical guy, and then post-career watching, that hasn't changed. It's like, I can tell what defense they're in. I can usually tell what their assignment's supposed to be, what coverage they're in. So it's like I'm there, but I'm not. But yeah, I'll always love watching football as long as I live. So
I think what's really cool, you don't always see this in sports, but Rayya, his dad was his coach, not just high school, but college as well.
Oh, no
right?
way.
no,
No, not college. He went there.
my dad, he did go to the same college.
But
I
you
did.
coached you in high school.
He did, yeah. So my dad was the assistant coach my freshman and sophomore year, but then for my junior and senior year, he got the job. So hey, turn that team from a 0-1 win team my freshman and sophomore year to a 7 and then 9 win team my junior and senior
Amazing.
years.
Does he want to come to Dallas next year? and
Yeah,
join
man.
you?
Mike McCarthy needs a successor. Shit.
Ugh, that's gonna be.
He still has
whole
a 6th grade
conversation.
son at home, so I don't know if he has the time, but we'll see.
But how was that having your dad as your head coach?
It's we were like Bronny and LeBron before Bronny and LeBron were Bronny and LeBron. But no, it's I didn't call him coach. I called him dad. I feel like that would have been weird. He knew all my friends. Like they would come over to my house. So it would just been weird for me to call him coach on the field. But yeah, no, it was kind of seamless. It wasn't as awkward as some people might think. And to his credit, he's a damn good football coach. So, made it easy. And we won a lot. So it was fun.
What would you say is like the best part of being a coach's son?
We would go home after games and, we're both football nerds. So we would chop up game film and go over, the playbook and invent plays. Like I got like playbooks from like when I was 2 years old, just drawing crap. Like I've been a football nerd for the longest time. So nerding out with my dad, who's also my coach, was a blast. It was awesome.
Would you ever be open into coaching for like yourself?
Yeah, no, absolutely. I got 3 younger brothers. I've worked at a bunch. I've helped my dad coach out like the junior school teams and stuff. So it's really fun. It's incredibly rewarding, and that door will never be closed. I'm working a corporate desk job right now, but we'll see.
Well, I want to ask you about that. I mean, actually, both of you can relate to this. I mean, you're a research analyst, right? So
Correct,
you
yeah.
were mentioning how you're analytical. Do you take
my
a lot of
God,
that
you're
from
one of my
your
people.
Yes. I mean, I'm
I could hire you someday.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Please.
That'd be so wild. Okay, continue. Sorry.
Well, that all adds up. Anyway,
Hey.
But do you feel like having that sports analytics is what led you down this path, or at least piqued your interest to go down this?
Yeah. No. Absolutely. Like I was, not as good, but I was like Jonah Hill from Moneyball growing up. Like I was always I always wanted to look deeper into the numbers. When I first found out what wins above replacement was, I was like, oh my God, what the hell is this? And the dominoes fell from there. So yeah, no, always been a numbers guy, probability guy, stats guy. My degree's in economics, so a lot of math. So yeah, that's why. Yeah, it definitely set me on this path.
So do big contracts freak you out? Not in a bad way, but are you just like blown away, or you're like, okay, come on, being a number guy, looking at stats, looking at analyzing.
Yeah, well, it depends on what contract. Yeah, some of them make me say, oh my God, yeah, that's a genius contract. Like when they signed Patrick Mahomes to $500 million for 10 years, I was like, yeah, that's kind of a no-brainer. When the Blues signed Jordan Binnington to like a 6x6, I was like, I don't know. Goalies are volatile. So yeah, I definitely have I don't know. You got to look at every big contract and take it how it is. But yeah, sometimes they freak me out. But sometimes I'm like, yeah, it's a home run. So.
Yeah, I'm with you there. Like numbers really played into like my sports fandom. Like this is gonna sound so dumb, but growing up as a female who's into sports, nobody wants to take you seriously. At least not back in like 2005-ish when I was in high school. Okay. I had a lot of guys literally tell me, oh, you just like them because they're hot. And I'm like, first of all, he is not my type. Like, get it together. And second of all, I think it was that, like, the way I fell in love with numbers. And then I ended up studying math in college, and now I work in analytics. So
Yeah, there you
it
go.
just kind of, like he said, it adds up.
It does,
But
right?
you-
It tracks.
But you tend to look at things a little bit differently. And I always like to call myself a fanalist. Like, I have my moments
fanalist.
where I'm like, yeah, fuck everybody, Cowboys over everyone, blah, 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 whatever the team du jour is. But then I'm like, well, Dak is not this accurate when he throws over 20 yards. And, like, it's fun.
Absolutely.
I think, like, you and I are definitely unicorns. We're special.
Are you guys both worried about like AI now? Like,
No,
taking-
AI can only help, not
All
hurt.
right.
Yeah, my God, we're going to see insights that we've never seen before, and it's going to be damn cool. It's going to be so cool.
And it's going to be instant, too. Like, that's the best part is, like, you can come up with ideas and you can prompt the AI to build that model for you. Like, I work with another VP of analytics, and he literally built a whole program to drop heat maps for him instead of him having to plug numbers into, like, an Excel grid.
Yeah,
Like,
That's hot.
There you go. Mm-hmm. And what I will say about like the future of AI and analytics and stuff, we're going to get like really, 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 really good at predicting things, but the beautiful, beautiful thing about sports is that you'll never be able to nail it 100%, no matter how good your AI is. But humans are random, and it'll never be able to capture it. So it's going to be, it won't ruin sports.
No, not at all.
It'll just
And then
be-
you'll hear that phrase. That's why we play the game, and we'll do shots every time we hear it.
Hell yeah!
He's going to be an artificial Tony Romo.
Here we go.
I love that. They should AI Tony Romo. That'd be legendary.
Well, I know you played for Washington University, but you are from Missouri. There is a team that has your heart the biggest, Mizzou. How do you feel about them this season?
Well, yeah, as my D1 team, man, I the heartbeat's there, but the pulse, you can barely feel it, really. I mean, we just got whipped by Alabama. We're still somehow, I mean, we were in the top 20 before last week. We're not anymore. I don't know. I watched some of these guys play in high school, like Brady Cook played for Chaminade, Luther Burden. He's going to the league. He's awesome. He played for East St. Louis, so I got to see these guys. So it's exciting. Last season was awesome, winning the bowl game against Ohio State. It's just not the same roster that it was last year. But I'm glad they had the incredible success they had last year. I don't think the heartbeat's there anymore this season. But hey, in D3 news though, my D3 team WashU just broke their record this weekend for single game offense. They put up over 700 yards of offense this weekend.
Who they
Cheers
play?
to that.
They beat Milliken 70-14 for an absolute rout. So shout out the WashU Bears. Absolutely incredible.
Y'all have a hand signal like Baylor does.
We don't need one because we're cool. Yeah, we don't.
Well, sticking in the realm of college football, everybody knows that I had an extraordinary weekend. Yes, I did. Pony up, bitches.
Pony
SMU
up.
taking the big win.
He
Not
was
just
there.
I heard you went.
I went to the game. It was my first SMU game, first Boulevard experience.
Okay, tell me everything. Tell me all about your day. Don't leave anything out. I have all day.
I took the Uber to where it was suggested. I was completely lost. I've never been to SMU campus. Thankfully, my boy dropped a pin, so I followed him. Past the fountain, went to the Beta Theta Pi tent, which is where I set up camp for most of the day.
Okay.
On the Boulevard, did your regular Boulevard things. Weirdly ran into somebody from my high school. It was super, 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 super weird. But yeah, Boulevard was nuts. Went to the game. Holy cow, what a game.
So much fun.
I'm going to it was a sellout crowd. It was so fun. As the resident SMU fans, I'll let you guys talk, dissect the game, but my guy got Brashard Smith. Holy cow.
I was going to ask you, did anybody stand out to you?
Oh no! 3 total touchdowns. Had 160 rushing yards. I don't know how many total yards he had, but yeah, he was a force.
Do you now consider yourself a VIP member of Club Takeaway?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, no, I thought I was already. Yeah.
No, I just love the bottle service celebration on the sidelines. I think that is
So cool.
That's so SMU and it's so epic. No, but I've been talking about Kevin Jennings all season, how he's just been so sneaky good, and he
Beast.
just seems to shine the brightest at the toughest moments. And he actually went into this game injured, knee injury. So I was worried. I was freaking out a little bit. I was like, oh my God, we're having this big game. It's the biggest game we've ever had in our history, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, she was
And-
I'm so anxious.
There's
And
an
you
argument
would-
to be made.
And you would never know.
Yeah.
That team came out all guns blazing, full head of steam. Pitt stood no chances.
Yeah.
And I'm a happy girl.
Well, just to touch on Kevin Jennings, I think, especially going into next year, he has got to be a front runner. Especially with all these other guys leaving, Cam, there's no
For
doubt
sure.
he's going to be the guy for the ACC to look at, just going based off up to now. And, man, I'll tell you Miami possibly, that's a fun matchup.
So,
I'm not trying to get all your
no,
nerves, but I
okay.
think it's exciting.
We
And there's going to be a
literally-
lot of
thank you,
Mustang
Robin.
fans for this.
So my fiance is a Miami alum.
Right.
And we have our friends pulling flights for that weekend. And it happens to be the weekend between our birthdays.
Oh,
my
what
God.
are the odds,
That's crazy.
right?
That's nuts.
So maybe we'll go, maybe we won't. See how these next 3 games play out. We're off this week, thank God, so I don't have to stress. But, we still got a big matchup with Boston College I got to worry about. Cal, even though they haven't won a game in the ACC, they've kept every opponent tight. So, I'm not going to celebrate until it's time to celebrate.
Yeah, it's like Kobe when he went up 2-0. He's like, Kobe, why are you not smiling? job's not finished, man.
Yeah.
Job's not finished.
No,
Keep going.
We broke the top 15. That's amazing. But like,
By the way, highest AP rank since 1985.
Yeah,
I
that's
told
crazy.
you it was a really
My-
big game.
It's unreal.
Yeah. Well, we were building it up, and I think, we've talked about this before. I mean, how crazy it is because there was so much, like, I don't know, question marks, obviously, and rightfully so, like, coming into the ACC. But, man, have they owned every week, and they just take game by game, as you can tell. And you can't tell them they're underdogs. You can't tell them they're their little guy. That
No,
program
it
has done
absolutely-
so well.
It starts with the coach. Rhett
Yeah.
Ashley is phenomenal. The way he rallies those guys. I actually watched a mini movie about him going into this game. I guess the SMU football Instagram handle like posts a mini movie every week, and I've never seen it until
way.
this week. And just he kept quoting Mike Tyson. That was like the theme. It was just, we are going to be aggressive, 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 and that's what he kept saying. Well,
I think that's a very Dan Campbell, too. That's his approach.
bite the kneecaps.
We're gonna bite off a
Bite
kneecap.
a kneecap, an arm.
But yeah, I think it really does start with him. He has, in the 2 seasons that he's been here, has really built a legit program, a program that people want to be a part of, not just your Oak Cliff recruits. Like, we're going to get guys from other schools in that transfer portal. And I think we're going to continue to grow, and I love that we're in a big conference like the ACC.
Well, winning improves everything, and it's
Amen.
congrats again to them. It's
Amen.
great to see. As you mentioned, they're the only great football team here in town right now.
This is
so-
Dallas's football team.
This is
in peace.
Dallas football.
Who cares about the other guys? This is
Who are
it.
those guys? Yeah.
Well, I wanted to go back to you, Luke, defensive player. Who are you looking at right now in college? Who stands out to you on the defense side?
Ooh, good question.
On the defensive side, holy cow! There are a bunch of. God, there was such a great linebacker class that graduated last year. Shout out my boy Peyton Wilson from NC State, who's actually crushing it for the Steelers right now. Like the front seven for the Dogs is just unfreaking believable, dude. I mean, I would not want to play against that front seven. I mean, most of those guys are going to the league, and they have been for years. Like Jordan Davis, these guys. I mean, they have established just dangerous sons of guns on the D line and at linebacker. Like if there were one front seven in college that I wouldn't want to run against, I'd probably die running against the Georgia front seven. So yeah, everybody on that Georgia front seven is just a beast.
Yeah, they seem to build an assembly line of defensive players throughout the years. So
What did you say?
the assembly line, like it's just like,
Oh, yeah,
those
yeah.
graduate, more
That's
keep
their-
coming.
that's
Where
their
do,
bread and butter.
where do they keep finding these people?
D-line U over
I
here.
have
It's
no
like
idea.
Alabama with running backs for so long.
It's absolutely. Oh my God, yeah. My God, if we want to go down the line, my God, yeah.
Well,
Absolutely.
let me ask you this before we switch into that awful other football team.
Yikes.
Latest rankings came out. We know who the top 5 are. How do you feel like the college football playoff is going to look like from your perspective?
I'm so happy that it's a 12-team playoff this year.
Same.
Like
Yeah.
it's
you mean a real playoff?
a real actual playoff
Not a
where
round robin.
But here's the deal. I mean, anybody can win this year, and it's the perfect year for a 12-team playoff to make its debut because I think more than any other year in recent memory, there's so much parity in college football. So, you're going to have your 4 conference winners. You're going to have, the 8 other teams. But as is evidenced by teams like SMU, dude, like, I don't know. These guys look like world beaters. And we've seen these teams up top, with, like, the exception of Oregon, get beat. Even Oregon had a really close game against Boise State in, like, week 2 or week 3. But, shout out Boise State. It's a great program. But, like, every team's beatable, and every team has insane weeks. So, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to shake out, but I think that's the beauty of it because it's going to be so awesome and so fun and so chaotic.
Do you have a winner in mind already, or are you still up in the air? You need to see more. You need more data?
I might need
more data.
I need more data.
Need more research.
I'll probably go with the boring pick and go with, I think the Vegas favorite right now is Georgia, and I think that would probably be my pick as of right now. But I think even their odds are like 4-1. So that's the most likely one. So it's going to be fun. Buckle in.
Yes, definitely.
Yeah.
I'm excited. I've been waiting for this for so long. It's what's great about, even you look at like something like March Madness, but definitely like the NFL. Like, you never know. There's going to be a sure favorite, but I love a good spoiler. Like, I love a good underdog, and this can help a team like SMU.
Did you just plug the bar?
Yes, I did.
10 out of 10 on that one.
But no, I mean, I'm excited. Somebody's going to get left out. There's going to be huge upsets. I would say don't sleep on Oregon. in the mix at all. Dylan Gabriel having a heck of a season.
Absolutely.
So don't sleep on them. Obviously SMU, Miami. So
yeah, shit. Anyone could win.
Just not
it's gonna
Texas.
be so fun. Yeah, just not. Yeah, horns down. Horns down.
I am glad we're in
Horns down.
agreement here.
yeah, but it's gonna be fun. I can't wait. It's not too far away. We're gonna have conference championships. We'll have a conference championship episode. So.
Yes, we will. All
go.
the things. Okay, let's get into this Cowboys nonsense. I mean Cowboys therapy. But it's become
both.
It's become nonsense,
It's a
really.
broken
Like
record.
it's not even like therapy at this point. It's like it's a comedy of errors. Like I can only laugh about it now because it's just so bad. And I'm
Yeah.
not even emotionally invested anymore.
I've
Like,
been laughing about it for the whole time because, unlike you guys, I'm not a Cowboys fan, and
we did beat you though, so
Oh,
Yeah,
no,
that's
it
the only
was a-
thing that's salt to his
Yeah,
wound.
no, absolutely, and easily our worst loss. Easily worse than a Colts loss.
But it was
is what it
historic,
is.
though, that night.
It was. What was historic about that?
the game went overnight technically.
Oh yeah,
So
true.
Dak
Oh my
Prescott
God, yeah.
is
It was
the
like an
only
hour.
quarterback to score touchdowns on 2 separate days.
That's valid. Yeah, that. I was in a great mood. I was about to go into my office, on Monday morning and just laugh at all my coworkers, and then Jalen Tolbert on 4th down. Man, that was disgusting. I hated that.
It's okay. We won't be seeing very much of that over the next few weeks. As everybody probably knows by now, Dak Prescott really hurt his hamstring, and he's out for the next little while.
Yeah,
they
it could
have
be 4
not,
weeks, possibly.
They have not determined a date yet, but in my opinion, I'm just going to go ahead and say it. Sit him.
Yeah.
Sit Tank. Sit Micah. Maybe even possibly trade Micah. We can get into that conversation if we want to. But I think this
We'll take him.
season's a wrap, you guys.
I think you got TJ Watt.
We don't.
Hold
We
over
actually
here.
we don't need him.
Yeah.
We don't need him.
Hold
we
on.
got Highsmith on the other side. Yeah, we're good.
Well, yes, he's out. So it's not looking good, but, we got some beautiful fireball shots. They're $4 on happy hour here at Underdog Restaurant and Sports Club because, Rayya, you go ladies first. What was your shot take that you got wrong?
You guys,
Again?
I should have been right, first of all.
Shoulda, coulda, woulda.
If Dak doesn't pull up Gimpy on the hamstring, he was on pace to at least rush for 50 yards and possibly a touchdown. But, I called it. That offense is a lot better when Dak is mobile, and unfortunately, Dak's body just said no.
I said, what have we been doing for a while? What's this?
He said no.
Yeah.
Anyway, what about you, Charlie Van?
Mine, I got half right, but
you
we don't do that here. Rico Dowdle touchdown, which is probably the craziest touchdown you're going to see this weekend.
Ooh, touchdown Xavier
Yes,
Worthy.
a
He's not the
bobble.
one.
I mean, that was a crazy touchdown by Dowdle. I mean, it looked like it was going to be picked off. Bobble catches it on the ground.
Freak catch.
And that was a Dak run right there, scramble. I mean, he could have taken a sack right there. But then I had CeeDee Lamb touchdown. Came close, didn't. Obviously, he got hurt. He's banged up AC
He's short. He's
joint.
out.
So we're watching, by the way, the Chiefs-Bucks. Speaking of wide receiver action,
Oh, that might not have been a catch.
shout out Xavier
No,
Worthy.
he got both feet down. He was able. Oh, they're
Oh, no,
saying
he
incomplete.
Yeah.
I would look at that again because I think his first foot comes down like on the line. He's not out of bounds.
I told you this as refs. We don't always look at everything. I know. I was a ref for a week.
It's a long tenure.
But here's I mean, yeah, shot takes wrong. I don't think we've had a great time with our shot takes. We've been a lot better than this, but the Cowboys have not been better than this. So.
No, absolutely not. And I don't know, Luke, have you been watching Cowboy games or are you just,
Oh no,
averting?
he's there.
Oh yeah, well, they're America's team. They're on all the time. My best friend in college was a Cowboys fan, so I watch a lot of Cowboys ball. Yeah, absolutely.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, well, I got no emotional investment. I just kind of laughed.
Well, you're one of us today, and this
Yes.
is your first time at Cowboys therapy, so
You have to take a shot
you're
with
going to
us.
take a shot
yeah,
with
that's
us.
no, that's cool.
Well,
I'm
he
here with
did
you guys.
to be fair,
Producer
he picked
Tanner is
Atlanta.
also taking a shot with us. So sorry that we are up in flames, and this is not more fun.
Dude, I like wallowing in sports misery. I can do it with you guys. It's all good. All right, cheers.
All right, cheers, family.
Yep.
Yep.
That is Fireball.
That is Fireball. It's so good.
I do love Fireball so much.
So Ray, we'll break it down just a little bit.
Yeah, I'm going to let you take the lead because if I take the lead, I'm just going to be upset. So go.
Yes. Ooh, I feel that in my chest. It's going down like this team. So, yeah, no, like, it is exactly what we thought and a little bit worse.
I like him a lot.
Vita
little
Vea
bit
is a
worse.
beast, man.
As we're watching the Chiefs do their thing, of course, and the Cowboys didn't. Actually, Luke and I were watching the game yesterday.
Yep.
And so Luke actually was the positive going in, thinking we had a shot, that we were going to possibly do the thing.
Listen, my deal was the Falcons' pass rush has been dog shit this year. I mean, they've logged 6 sacks in 7 games going in. I thought Dak was going to have a lot of time to pass. I thought they were going to do a lot what the Steelers did against the Falcons in week 1, was pick them apart on the outside, stay away from Jesse Bates and Justin Simmons in the middle. I thought they were going to have a lot of success, on some deep goes, some flat routes. Didn't seem to materialize, unfortunately. But I was weirdly an optimist. I don't know. Maybe it was because I was anticipating coming on the podcast. I got to get in my Dallas mindset.
You don't have to butter us up.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I don't know. I thought Dak was going to have a field day against that piss poor pass rush, but he did not. They got on him weirdly.
Yeah, I thought so too. I thought the throwing would open up. Like I said, I wanted Dak to be more mobile, but I knew that the front for Atlanta just wouldn't be able to catch him. Like that's what I was thinking.
Well, and we're still struggling with pass protection here, and this just shows you how shaky this line is, and it's been like that all season. I think that's where some of the forcing to the ball. I mean, there's not enough time for him to cook. He did get some running in, obviously 30 yards, which was guard.
Almost 50, guys. Could have been 50.
Dottle had some, there was some spurts. Even Ferguson has some spurts. The only positive I really will give a little bit on our side, especially with the defense. I mean, Carl Lawson there was some big sacks, which we haven't seen in a while. Not enough to be like, oh yes, like this is all positive.
Yeah.
But for what you don't have on defense, it was at least promising in that. It's not enough, but still, I like that. The aggressiveness, but still play calling was so bland and so
It's all pumpkin spice, right?
No,
is it worse than pumpkin spice?
No, but he would get too cutesy. I think Mike needs to be
is it
happy.
a pumpkin spice with cold foam?
It's a medium roast because they're getting roasted out there.
Yikes.
So it's just not. I mean, you know what you have less of. Mix it up. I mean, Ferguson's still not getting near reps as much as he should.
Were you surprised when Cooper Rush comes into the game how many times he flung that thing out there? Like he went for some deep passes. Oh, you heard that too, huh?
Yeah.
But no, I'm serious. They gave Cooper Rush a lot of freedom, more than you would expect for a backup quarterback entering a game. And it was still a ball game technically at the time.
Well, he's not going to run. He's not as mobile as a Dak. So you got to develop that pocket. The only difference is about Cooper Rush now, everyone's still hanging on 2022. He had a double run threat. But then when you saw that real defense in the Eagles, we were there watching that game, that pressure, a little bit hard. It's not saying he's bad, but this is where the play calling has to be a lot better for him. And he did what he can. But once again, just like with Dak, what weapons do you really have out there to play with? And we knew that CeeDee Lamb became compromised, which unfortunate.
Those AC joint sprains are absolutely no joke. I played with one for literally my entire career. It was a weird freak thing in high school. It was like in practice my sophomore year. I made a tackle in like a routine drill. My left.
Oh, nuts.
Well, he just it's like shattered the glass, like Stone Cold Steve Austin coming out here.
Okay.
I told you guys.
You are strong. He has got that 22-year young strength. He looked at it and it shattered.
So
it happened.
I told you guys I like to just
linebacker
with my hands. That was complete party foul.
You just looked at that thing and it shattered.
Yeah,
he used the force.
Yeah,
he is.
Well, my name is Luke,
and he wanted to play parking lot tackle over here. We are.
What? Oh no, that didn't touch me at all.
No, he just
he threw his elbow.
That was like
flip that, guys.
You know what?
That
what's
was
his
the
butt?
Cowboys' negative injury. This is what happened.
No, he pulled the elbow like what's his butt? The spinning back fist.
Oh, like Shara Bullet.
Yeah.
The double.
There we go.
Yeah, I just got hit it with the other side, right? My God.
He was setting it up.
That was.
I mean, you hit both glasses.
That was unfortunate. Yeah, I did.
But
I was trying to gesture, AC joint, my left. Oh, that was a joke.
It's okay.
That's
it happens to all
ridiculous.
of us.
Oh my God! Wow, on camera. My worst fear is being realized right now. Oh my God.
Oh,
we're talking about the Cowboys and it brings nothing but bad luck here.
Yeah.
We were talking about
Sadness.
such a good football team.
This is such a Cowboys therapy moment. Like
Yeah.
totally.
I mean, anytime I wear
This
anything
encapsulates the
Cowboys,
season,
something
doesn't
bad
it?
happens.
Oh.
Well,
Oh my God.
Talk about just AC joint. You've had it. You've experienced it. What is that recovery time realistically? And if CD does play Sunday, which it looks like he might, what is he going through right now mentally?
Yeah. So I mean, I was an inside linebacker when I initially injured my AC joint. So I didn't need all of that mobility, right? That CD, a number one wide receiver needs. So I wore this real.
She said no more glasses on this table.
I wore this. Yeah, no, I ruined it for everybody.
Paper cups for you, Lou.
Yeah.
Sippy cups.
Yeah,
Well, he
Juice
is
boxes
the baby.
over here.
yeah, give me, yeah.
Do you want a Capri Sun?
Can I get some apple juice, please? Yeah.
Squeeze-Its. Remember those?
Yeah.
Tanner, you remember those back in the day?
I
Squeeze-Its?
do love Squeeze-Its.
After, I don't see those. Are those still around?
I think.
No.
Are you sure?
Just like Dunkaroos, they're gone.
No, Dunkaroos are not gone.
No, but they do have the alcohol ones now. Those. What are those called? Chills? Yeah, dangerous.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
yeah.
what do you think, like?
So, I mean,
Going through his
as a
mind.
wide receiver who needs, to have full range of motion for his catch radius, he's going to have a lot harder time than I did because I wore this super, super thick this shoulder brace that, my mobility in my arm was not big. It kept me well, thank you so much. So I really wasn't moving my shoulder. I was playing in games. I didn't really go. I didn't rehab it. I really didn't fix it. Maybe I should have because it was lingering throughout my entire career. But he's not going to have the luxury of being able to keep it in one place. So I don't know. AC joints are a big spectrum of how long that's going to take, how much it hurts, but they're never good. So I don't know. We'll see. It's not awesome. It's not awesome.
The thing I don't want to see out of the Cowboys is, you got Cooper Rush coming in and CD goes Zeke in 2020 and say, hey, it's got to be me. I got to do everything. And you got him playing hero ball and making his injury worse. We just signed him to a big extension,
Yeah.
In my head, we've already played 8 games at this point, 9 games. We're 8 games because we had a bye week. And we're not good. And Washington's really good. Philly is good. Why put the pedal to the metal and bust your butt for nothing?
You got Tolbert, you got Brooks, you got Flanoy that you can
Give
put
these
up
guys.
there. Yeah,
you know what I
chance.
would like to see? I would like to see Trey Lance. Honest
Oh
to
no,
God.
for sure. I mean, or at least he could be a good trade pick. See what he's going to do.
Test. Let him test his value.
If there was ever a time to get experimental with personnel and play calling,
Now's the time.
It's right now.
And Mike McCarthy's got to audition for another job anyway. See what he can do with a bunch of scrubs.
Pull out all the stops. NFC East is. It's a 2-horse race. It's sad,
and
but
it's
a
fine.
2-horse race,
It
and
happens.
it's okay.
It happens from time to time. I'm really happy for Washington. I'm not so happy for Philly, even though that hurdle that Saquon pulled. Holy
I've
shit.
never seen
He
somebody
backed that
do
ass up.
that. That was.
He backed that ass out and then some.
I have no idea. How do you have the body control to look behind you, know a guy's gonna.
Because his quads are enormous.
And he's healthy too.
It is true.
He is healthy.
It is true.
This is the
God,
longest
he is
he's
fine
gone.
as fuck though.
Oh, there we go. Not here we go. There we go. It was gonna happen anyway, but you know what? This is where you have Dottle, a lot of Dottle, mix in Dalvin Cook, mix in Turpin, especially with the run game. And what I want to go back to Lance is he is mobile. I don't know why we're not utilizing him like a Taysom Hill. I saw that suggestion and I highly agree. If you're gonna have him, if you're gonna give a pick for him, why not get creative at least?
Yeah, I agree. And then that brings me to my other point of what do we do with Micah Parsons? Because this is a contract year. He is hurt.
Send him to
He's
Detroit.
still a valuable asset to any team besides us. And yes, like I said, we locked in Dak and CD with the, assumption that after the season that Jerry Jones was going to lock in Micah. But in my head, this draft class is looking real fucking fly.
Well, here,
And I love Micah, but I feel like with the attention he's been getting, this celebrity status, having his own podcast, and kind of putting his foot in his mouth a lot, has been a little...
that's a typical Cowboy.
Yeah, but I'm saying it's a little difficult to stomach. If you're telling me, I agree, he's a generational player or whatever, but why not capitalize on the value while you can?
Because I'm gonna tell you the reason why they're not. I'm not saying I disagree with trying to especially with the injuries that concerns me. Especially this. He's what 25, 24.
He's a baby. He's older than that baby.
He is older than I am. Yeah,
But
that's
just
true.
the same reason why people are like, why didn't they move on from Dak? They don't know what's out there. Yes, there's a draft, but there's also could be bust. Jerry might not have gambled and went out and got Derrick Henry, which wouldn't have been a gamble, but he also loves what he got.
No, but I understand. I understand committing to Dak long term. That is a quarterback.
But remember, they messed up not getting T.J. Watt. I'm not comparing Micah
Shout
to
out
T.J. Watt.
Taco
but
Charlton.
Look, you know
oh my
this.
God! Seriously, I was in the bar with him.
Yeah.
I cried
Thank
that
you,
night.
Dallas
Yes.
Cowboys. Thank
Oh
you for
my
Trent
God.
Jordan Watt.
You do know, and I know that's the what if, but
Life is good.
also you can surround Mike. I get it, like they're sexy, but Jerry knows that Micah can be generation. I know he's hurt.
He is.
But
I mean, yeah.
look,
And I get the draft.
look.
Yeah,
Here's my issue with the way that they've been using him the last couple seasons. He's been mostly ineffective.
Well, that's bad defensive coordinator. That's coaching right there.
He hasn't played to the potential that he set for himself. He really hasn't. If you look at the last 2-3 seasons, he hasn't.
Yeah.
And I'm not trying to be
Okay,
asshole
let's
cowboy
talk
girl
the
here,
defensive
but like,
let's talk to the defensive experience here, because like I'm interested. I'm not
because
I'm not
look,
wholly-
you have T.J. Watt, and T.J. Watt has this longevity. He's got this aura, as the kids say.
Yeah.
And the consistency that you get out of T.J. Watt season after season
Yeah.
is incredible. Micah
I
doesn't
mean,
do that.
Yeah, it's really hard. I mean, T.J. Watt has it should be a 3-time defensive player of the year.
Absolutely. The only reason he didn't win is because everyone's like Aaron Donald.
The
just shut up.
the advanced statistics from PFF and the Myles Garrett fake pressures that aren't even fucking real stats, and that's why he won DPOI last year. I go on and on about that, but
I'm with you.
all I got to say is I love Micah Parsons. I'm so like TJ, I think, is the greatest football player on planet Earth right now. But like, so like, don't compare him to TJ and say he's not TJ, he sucks. Like,
I'm not saying,
Yeah.
but you're putting them in this box of generational players.
valid.
But I'm telling you, the way that TJ's been able to sustain the way he plays over time,
Yeah, no,
Micah
it's-
has not been able to match that.
But he also
That's all I'm
has-
saying. I'm not trying to compare the two guys. I know
Fair.
they're very different.
You can contest this. He also just has a better system and support there.
And that's
Micah
Yeah.
has to
the
do.
other part I was
but
leading
but
into.
here's
Yeah.
my other thing, and you remember this because our biggest regret isn't just not getting T.J. Watt; it was letting Ware go.
So
and it
valid.
Took so
I mean,
long
there
to
is-
get. I get he's got the injury, but believe me, that playing ability. Bring in
but
the
you're
right
missing,
DC.
You're missing what I'm trying to say. I'm not blaming the injury.
Yeah.
I'm blaming the fact that we are told that he is supposed to be top 5 at his position over the last few seasons, and he's not.
He's still got time. I'm going to tell you this: you get rid of
He's
him.
been like top
you're gonna-
5 in DPOI voting
yeah,
the last
yeah.
like 3 years.
Get rid of him. You're going to be in a law.
It's
You're going to
gonna
be a law.
yeah.
It's going to be bad. It's
But
gonna,
what if
I'm
I
gonna-
got rid of him and I got Travis Hunter in exchange? What if I get rid of him?
But who's going to be on the
and
edge?
I get
I'd rather
which
have Mike
hurts
Parsons
us right now.
than
Yeah.
okay. I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, I think he is a generational player. I'm not going to argue that. But in this system, the way the Cowboys are run as an organization, I'm sorry, he is not going to reach his full potential here.
Well,
Why
nobody really
not-
is with that.
Well, I
I mean,
gotta-
we know
Why
it.
not gamble?
Going back to what you were saying about losing Ware, I mean, this talks. It speaks to both
But
of your
that's why
points.
our organization. Like
Yeah,
it is.
this is honestly, all love to Trent Jordan Watt. That guy's fucking awesome. But
I like
Trent
you used
Jordan.
his
oh my
legal
goodness.
name.
Oh my goodness.
Trent
name.
Jordan fucking
on his
Watt.
voting card.
Yeah, that's what his
Oh,
mother calls him.
nuts.
God. But
was he in trouble?
yeah, Trent Jordan,
Trent
come
Jordan,
here
Watt, you
right
get
now.
down.
Or it could be like, hey.
What is JJ's
Trent
actually?
Jordan.
That's
I
interesting.
have-
Both they
shit,
have.
I
His
have
is Justin James.
Is
Justin
it really?
James
I
and
believe
Trent
it's
Jordan.
Justin James Watt.
And then
Man.
Derek is the third brother.
And
Shout
Justin-
out
We don't
former,
talk about him.
Former Steeler Derek Watt, great special teams
Fullback.
player.
He gets
great
a full name.
Yeah, right.
He's just Derek.
He was a great special teams player. I wish he was still
And
a
all of
Steeler.
JJ Watt's posts, Derek is Uncle Derek. I think that's so cute.
But yeah, what I was going to say is that when we drafted 4 years ago, Alex Highsmith out of UNC Charlotte, I was like, we don't need another outside linebacker pass rusher type. Oh my God, what a revelation Alex Highsmith has been. And he makes TJ better because they can't, they still chip and double team TJ on a lot of plays, but when Highsmith's on the field, you can't do it as much. So TJ he lives in the backfield. And then if they bring another tight end over and chip, Highsmith is getting the sack. So, yeah, something to be said about losing DeMarcus Ware, the pass rusher on the other side. They can dedicate so much to Micah Parsons, whereas TJ, and I'm not trying to disparage him. Again, I think he's the greatest football player on the planet as we live and breathe. Having Alex Highsmith and having Nick Herbig, second-year player out of Wisconsin, there's something to be said.
Okay, then I
about
raise
that.
you a point.
Yeah.
We sign Micah Parsons long term. We can't sustain another person on the other side. Now, if I start over and I draft 2 DNs in this draft or even in the next draft, and I'm building my future,
Yeah.
I might want to roll that way.
And
I'm enjoying this role as the devil's advocate. By the way.
You said Travis Hunter.
Well,
And-
Travis Hunter's not a DN.
Yeah,
it was
no,
it was the
but I'm
first
just
defensive
saying-
player that popped
No,
in my
different-
head. But what I'm trying to say is, in my negative way, I don't feel like it makes sense to keep him.
Wow.
Like I think he is
We
going to
both
flourish.
disagree.
Yeah,
No,
I'm firmly in the
this-
keep Micah camp there. But
No,
I like
I
his-
think
got a
I
podcast
think
that
he's
brings
going to
Cowboys
flourish,
attention.
and he's going to go to another team. Sometimes that's what it takes. And if I'm the Cowboys and I'm Jerry Jones and I make idiotic decisions regularly, you're never going to be able to coach this guy to his full potential, and you might as well just invest in your future.
But you can say that for all the players on this team, really, because it comes down to.
and then when you talk about the cap, that's a whole different story.
Yeah, okay, I got to trade.
Because if I sign Micah to a long-term deal, I can't afford anybody else.
Well, that's why he loves shopping.
and
in
I
that
got
draft.
no receivers. What draft? What? How many picks do we have? 12? Like, how much
We're
are
about
you
to have a lot
weighing
more.
on a draft?
I do have to say this though. If the Cowboys weren't so injured, think about this. They have Micah. They have fully healthy CD. They have Brandon Cooks. They have Deron Bland. If this team is kicking, if they're healthy, like trade deadline is
Tomorrow.
It's freaking tomorrow at 5. I was about to say America. Tomorrow is incredibly important. And you know why? It's a trade deadline.
Yes.
Nothing
That's
else.
how we
I like
roll
it.
here.
It's the trade deadline.
Not America's gender reveal or
No,
anything.
it's just the trade deadline. What else is happening tomorrow? Who knows? But if this team was healthy, say they're they're 3-5 now. Say they're 4-4, 5-3. Zadarius Smith is on the trade block right now from the Browns. I mean, say they're 500 or 500 and above. You complement Micah with a Zadarius Smith on the other side.
Again, how do I pay him? I got nothing. I got no money.
Actually, you
right
have
now.
22 in cap.
I've got.
Is it completely
Yeah.
full right now?
I don't think
or
it's
you can
completely
take on a
full.
Smith contract.
I'm going to assume we don't have a lot of money based on how Jerry Jones is acting.
At least not
I
the
do
Saints.
know. I do know that in next year, yes, we can restructure and make room for that Micah Parsons contract. And I know that's probably what they're going to do. But I kind of just wanted to see how far I could push you guys by saying, I think trading Micah Parsons is a viable option for the future.
And what? Yeah, I mean, I think.
And I just really like bothering Charlie.
Yes, she does.
So fair,
But I like
actually,
to
yeah.
remind her.
I like that.
I like to remind her of history because that was my background.
There you go. Yeah, there you go.
And realizing that you also have a very safe, non-gambling owner, but also here's one. I read the tweet. Man, I'm not gonna ever call it X, Twitter.
I
saw.
don't want
What
to
is
read
X?
anything about my
What is
exes.
How about Tank? I know he's injured, but
You
there's some-
trading Tank for what? A bag of Skittles?
I mean,
who's going to pay
right
for that?
now
Half
a
a
bag
bag
of
of
Skittles
saltine.
might help another week. How about Trayvon?
Nobody wants Trayvon either. He gives up the most yards, and the
His-
fact that he
his
doesn't.
There's
value-
always somebody that
and
wants somebody's
this
ex.
man doesn't have his co-pilot in Deron Bland, and
It's
he
true.
is getting exposed.
Yeah.
And it's painful to watch.
The deal about Trevon Diggs 2 years ago when he, was setting those records is he was taking crazy. And I'm love the Trevon Diggs. I'm not trying to say he's a shit football player. But
He's not a shit football
he's
player.
Not. He's a good defensive back.
He's a ball hawk.
He was taking risks on those picks.
We
He
call
was
those
getting-
business decisions.
They were business decisions, and they paid off. They're paying off less now.
Well, it's because he doesn't have the pop, and like I said, he is missing his bestie
Absolutely,
on the other side.
100%.
And the fact that we didn't keep Stephon Gilmore, I think
I
Stephon
said
Gilmore
that.
thought we were going to keep him.
I've been saying
And
it.
now Stephon
Yeah.
Gilmore is on one of the top defenses in the league in
Did you
Minnesota.
say he was washed?
Yes, in
I did say
Minnesota.
that.
Yeah, and now you know
Minnesota,
why
yeah.
he should be here. I was right. Because having that veteran, because you have, Carson on the other side, just
Yeah.
not going to.
Not going to cut it.
Here's another one I saw, Usa. He has been solid. Now, you may not get the biggest bag, but if you're looking long-term or just someone, right? I mean, just someone.
If you're looking for what would you get for him? Like a 5th or a 6th?
Yeah,
Sure.
well, we need some picks.
Need picks.
We gave up picks. You know, I
What
wouldn't
kind of
mind.
picks?
There are going to be a lot of buyers at this deadline. So
I wouldn't mind a
there's
5th.
value.
A 5th would not be bad. You can get one in return.
I don't think you're going to get a 5th for Osa, but
I'll
can
take a
try.
6. I'll take a 6. I mean, you know, we got to see how everything lines up. I mean, I do feel
is
like
he okay?
Flag.
Did you see that?
What
It looked
happened?
like
Oh, he
he's
got up. He got up. He got
He's
up.
I do
Go
feel like
Baker.
they're going to be shopping a lot of
He
defense
grabbed his
this
leg.
draft.
My God.
Could be.
I mean, look, there's a lot of hypotheticals. Will they do anything? Probably not tomorrow. Anyways.
Well, I will say this. I love having these arguments with you.
Yes.
These are going to make for great clips tomorrow.
They are. They are. For
All
the
right.
Micah
let's-
Parsons.
Let me.
Micah Parsons.
Okay, we need to exit this conversation, and we'll just make our picks for Eagles week next week.
Valid.
I feel like Charlie and I should have ordered a Philly cheesesteak cocktail to maybe relieve some of the bad juju, but
Do anybody want to make that one, though? It is gross.
Wait.
have you heard this story?
Wait.
No.
I thought you were saying no. Wait, it's a drink. It's a
Yes.
what?
It is a drink,
Okay,
unfortunately.
so, Luke, I'll give you like the
I'm scared.
TLDR right now. So, before this was Pouring Takes, the show was called Cowboys and Cocktails. And essentially, we would break down Cowboy games every week, and we'd make a cocktail from the opposing team city.
Okay.
And we discovered while we were Googling what are the drinks of every city that Philly has a Philly cheesesteak cocktail that contains the instant cheese in your mac and cheese.
Oh my God! Like cheese whiz?
Like
oh, like
cheese
the Velveeta?
powder.
Oh, like the craft powder. Oh,
whiskey, honey, simple syrup, and then we put a meat stick in it.
Puke in a shot glass.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know,
Acid reflux?
I'll
Yeah.
send you the video. We rated it a 4 out of 10, so it wasn't awful.
It was
That
full
is
of eggnog.
way higher than I thought that would be. Holy
But
cow.
anyway, we learned that every time we drank this, and we did this a couple times just for fun, the Cowboys would win.
Do you hate yourself?
I mean, we wouldn't. Fun is
became-
a very loose term, Luke. Here, superstition is more like it,
okay. Yeah.
and shame.
I can get behind that. That's
But
fine.
given how the Cowboy season is currently shaking out, I don't think we are willing to invest our taste buds in that way.
Yeah.
I don't remember what the spread is. I'm going to guess the spread is going to be over
6.
7.
It's 6.
I was
Oh,
gonna,
it was
Yeah, I was gonna
close.
say
and
it's
that's
probably
how you
hovers
knew
around a
Dak was
touchdown.
going to be out because it was 6 right at the end of the game. So I think
Okay.
they're going based off if Cooper Rush. They were already underdogs coming into the season,
I'm
but
sure,
a lot
yeah.
less.
Yeah.
And now with Cooper Rush, as of yesterday, they were like 6-point underdogs
Yeah,
at
makes
home, which they have not won a home game.
But
this
they're worse
season.
at home. I mean, they're worse.
Which
at
is
home.
crazy because they had
It's
one of the
nuts.
best home records last year.
Yeah.
Minus the Green
No
Bay.
home fans, though.
Well, yeah. Well, we've talked about why. That's a whole nother segment.
Oh, actually, it's now 7.5, so I was right.
What's gone up now? Well,
Yep.
probably also with CD. Well, now that they know that he's out and CD's compromised.
So all of that to say, I'm going to start with you, Luke.
Yeah.
I know you're not a Cowboys fan, but this is what we do on here.
Absolutely.
You make a game pick and you make a shot take. And it doesn't have to be a Cowboys-centric shot take. You can make a shot take about anything that could possibly happen in the game.
It doesn't. Okay, anything that can happen in the game. I'm going to be completely honest. I really, really love, and this is going to hurt everybody who's listening in Dallas, but I really, really love where the Philadelphia Eagles are.
He can't
right
hurt
now.
us anymore.
Yeah.
I mean, I
We're already
literally
numb.
tell him that Jalen Hurts and Saquon Barkley are 1A, 1B for me. I am obsessed with those good-looking men.
That's
I
valid.
knew she was going to go right there. I was going to beat her to it. And it's because they both look hot.
That's valid.
And you
They
can
are
do the
very
tush push.
sexy.
We can't all
That's
be
a new
them.
tush
I'm
push for
sorry.
Saquon.
He doesn't need the tush push. He can run that shit in himself.
Yeah, no.
There we have
I
it.
gotta tell you, man. I going into the year, I mean, when they were in the Super Bowl 2 years ago, that defense was awesome, and then they couldn't bring back everybody. Those contracts were way too much, so their defense took a hit last year. So this year, that was the big question mark coming into this year, was their defense and specifically their pass defense. How do you, if you're Philadelphia, keep that championship window open? You have a really good draft and have your rookies perform. And look at these rookie cornerbacks that Philadelphia has right now. Cooper DeJean and Quinyon Mitchell, dude. Unbelievable. So
Both of which were on our draft boards.
yeah, well, good for you guys for scoping them out, and good on Philly for getting these
So
guys.
rough draft.
Yeah.
Woof.
I'm so sorry, guys. Yeah, and especially that they had to go to an NFC East rival. But
Be like that.
I think the Eagles are gonna cover the spread, and I think Cooper DeJean gets a pick.
Ooh, I like that.
That is my it's my take.
So a different Cooper.
Yes, a different Cooper. Yes,
not
that is-
hanging
yeah.
with Mr. Cooper, are we?
Yeah.
Yeah, I.
I'm so glad you got that reference.
So what? Okay, here's one. Here's one.
Yeah.
So that's your shot take. That is your shot.
Yeah,
That
that's
is
so
my
that means
shot
when
take.
I run into him, he has to take a shot.
Absolutely.
Yeah, make him spin the wheel.
I will. Yeah.
I have not seen that Will in a while.
I'm gonna get Malort. I guarantee you. I guarantee you.
I don't know
get
why
Malort.
you guys do this to yourself. But anyway, Charlie Van.
Same reason you do Philly cheesesteak shots.
Exactly.
It was a drink. I am a
cocktail.
man.
A
No,
full
I'm
ass.
just kidding. I'm a real boy. Anyway.
She
Damn.
lies.
She lied.
My shot take. I do think we will get a touchdown. I think it will be Rico Dottle again because I think there's gonna need to be a lot of running.
Oh my God,
Yeah.
you are riding Rico like he's Peruna right now.
Well,
you rolling with him.
well, he's your
every
number
week.
one.
Hashtag predictable. Hashtag boring. Hashtag not diva receiver
Hashtag
behavior.
at least I got close to my shot take.
I did too. So suck it. Anyway.
Okay, here we go. I'm gonna go Dowdle because who's the quarterback? Cooper Rush. You got to simplify things, otherwise
Yes.
Cooper DeSheen's gonna have a field day.
For
So
sure.
it will be Dowdle because we didn't even talk about the whole Zeke thing, but that's gone.
Oh yeah.
It's gonna be Dowdle touchdown. I'm gonna go. Okay, I'm gonna change something. I'm gonna go Fergalicious.
Isn't that what it was
Make them
last
boys
week?
go
No, it wasn't. It
loco.
was C.D. Lamb.
Oh,
Thank you very
okay.
much. But
Okay.
he's injured. So who's your other wide receiver right now? I mean, I think it's time for Fergie to get. This has not been the greatest as far as giving him reps, which has been malpractice. I think they get it to him.
Okay, my turn. I'm gonna go. Philly's gonna pitch a shutout.
Oh man. This is the
This-
state of Dallas. Oh my God. I'm
This
so
offense
sorry.
will not move and shake at all. I was gonna say, and I'm gonna see Trey Lance at least 3 times.
Wow.
At least 3 times he will come in. They'll throw him in for a gadget play. Are you coming here to hug me or something?
No, I'm coming over here to give my shot take.
Oh, okay.
70-yard
Whenever
field goal.
you're ready.
Oh, thank you. Anyway,
Brandon Aubrey.
They were gonna do it though.
I
last week.
love that all these men here are overstepping me. All of y'all, take a step back. Can I
Boo,
finish?
man.
I'm gonna
Can I
butt
finish?
back.
All right, so that's what I'm gonna say. Dallas does not score any points, and we see Trey Lance at least 3 times.
I think that's a banger of a take.
Thank you. All right,
Banger.
Tanner, you're up.
All right, 70-yard field goal. The only points scored by the Cowboys are from Brandon Aubrey.
Wow.
Kick it.
I mean, Tanner is like a Brandon Aubrey super fan. I love this for him.
Well, to be honest, he is number 1 on the team right now, and I think he just signed with Todd France, Dak's agent. So
There we go.
if any kicker is going to get a big contract down, the line, he deserves it.
Yep.
Now, I will say, I will be there Sunday. So
Oh,
man.
nuts.
Are the
Is-
Tides
I haven't
turning?
seen a shutout there. Well, other than
Um,
maybe Green. Yeah, well, I mean, I will say I've seen better home games.
Oh, and it's a
I'm
3:30 game too.
Yeah, so it's not noon.
Oh,
so
wow.
they'll be wakey.
You would think.
Hey, rivalry games, as we've always said, always are crazy. And I think
So true.
I do think Philly does cover the spread, but I do think we'll get a touchdown. Just like this weekend.
Philly,
Singular
Philly
touchdown.
At
is
least.
just rolling right now.
But
They
you know
look
what?
good.
We know
But
Kellen more.
but I will note this: AJ Brown dealing with an injury.
Yeah.
He is.
But-
the news came
but-
out today. He's day to day.
But
Day to day.
Dallas has no run defense, and it's going to be Saquon's day.
It might be.
And I'm just going to sit there in front of the TV drooling because he's beautiful.
Yeah, man.
You see his ESPN body issue?
on, Usa.
My God.
I did not. No.
no, we don't. look
I
at
wasn't
those.
tuned into that.
Anyway.
Those are different issues.
All right. Yes. Like Tanner said, is reminding me right now, we are giving away a signed Dirk Nowitzki jersey to our lovely fans. If you follow our socials, that's 1 entry per social. If you post us on your story, that is 3 entries. And if you leave us a review on any of our podcast sites, that is Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and YouTube, you get 5 entries. And we will be drawing the winner on December 17th. So get your stuff in.
All right. Well, hey, Luke, we appreciate you stopping by,
It has been
sharing
a
your
pleasure.
football knowledge.
And if you
Absolutely.
want to share your social handles with all the ladies out there. and the guys too, I guess. But
Well, yeah, I'm not. It's a private Instagram
Oh,
account.
he's a private.
It's
okay,
private,
VIP
so it's
over here.
incredibly exclusive. So
No
yeah, it's
sliding into his
the full.
DMs.
It's Luke Parent _. That's where I live.
He'll vet you
That's
before
where I
he
live.
adds you. That's
Yeah,
what I'm
no.
hearing.
No, it's members only. You know how it is.
I love the exclusivity. We should learn from him.
Oh, yeah. Well, and shout out real quick to the Dallas Mavericks yesterday winning
There we go.
against the Orlando Magic. I know Stars dropped in the Global Series to the Panthers, but hey, I still believe in my Dallas Stars. They are coming
That's okay.
back here.
That's okay. They
Hey,
had to play in Finland.
There's no
I
shame.
know.
I think the Panthers. Shout out Matthew Tkachuk, whose jersey I'm wearing right now. They're gonna repeat. No. Actually, that is.
What's your real
That's my take actually for the last couple of years, and this will be my only positive Dallas thing I say on this program.
Oh my goodness.
I have been saying, I'm a massive hockey fan. I think the Stars have had the best roster, top to bottom, for the last 4 years. I truly do. It is so deep, and Ottinger had his worst goaltending season, of his NHL career last year. If he can dial it up, this Stars team is the best team on the planet. And who knows? I think that Global Series that we just had the last couple of days may be a Stanley Cup final preview.
Ooh.
I'm here for it.
I love that pouring take.
We'll have to do a hockey episode with you one of these days.
I am down.
Because I have a lot of things to say about your Blues, but I'm not going to get into that today.
Well,
Sure, I'll get into
I'm
the
sad on that front right now, but our
She's
two,
got Cowboys blues right now.
yeah, we're all sad in our own ways.
But
Yeah.
anyway, thank you for coming out. Thank you
Thank
for
you,
hanging
Luke.
out and enjoying our shenanigans. We're at Underdog Restaurant and Sports Club. We'll be here most Mondays. Are we here next Monday?
We are here next Monday.
Okay.
Oh, and a quick shout out this Friday. If you're looking for some live music, stop by here for Court of Souls Band. Free cover.
Free covers?
Free.
No
Show
cover,
starts
so
at,
free.
Show starts at 7.
Yep.
All right.
There we go.
Have a great week, you guys. Cheers to our regulars.